While it's always great to work on new projects, a lot of times we want to take our existing projects and we want to upgrade them to the latest version of whatever framework or platform we're making use of. Well, MVC is no different. With ASP.NET MVC 5, it's easy to upgrade your ASP.NET MVC 4.0 projects. To do so, we have to do the following. First thing is we need to check to see if any of these three NuGet packages happen to be installed. So we have Microsoft.ASP.NET.WebPages.Administration, Microsoft-Web-Helpers, and then Microsoft.ASP.NET.MVC.FixedDisplayMode. Now, if you go and create a brand new MVC4 project, the only NuGet package of those three that's going to be installed by default is the Fixed Display Mode. So you may not have all three of these packages installed in your MVC4 solution, but if you have them, you need to make sure that you uninstall them. The next thing is we need to go in and update all of the NuGet packages. One of the great things about NuGet is that it makes it very, very easy to update the packages in our solution. So when new versions come out from the little command line tool or from the GUI, we can just update and we get the latest and greatest stuff, and it makes it so easy. Well, guess what? Updating from MVC4 to MVC5, for the most part, is updating your NuGet packages. It will come in and remove the 4.0 and upgrade it to the 5.0 packages. After we do the updates to NuGet, we do have to do a little bit of configuration changing, but nothing too complicated. The first thing is we need to update the application.webconfig file, or the application webconfig file. We need to change the web pages version from 2.0 to 3.0. MVC5 uses the Razor 3.0 engine, while MVC4 uses the Razor 2.0 engine. You can't use the Razor 2.0 engine with MVC5, and you can't use the Razor 3.0 engine with MVC4. So when you upgrade from MVC4 to 5, you're not only updating MVC, but you're also updating the Razor View engine. We have to go into the application webconfig file, and we have to also change any references to system.web.mvc versioning from 4 to 5. The next thing we need to do is to update the View webconfig file. In the View folder, there's a webconfig file that has configuration information for the Razor View engine. We have to update any system.web.mvc version references in there from 4.0 to 5, like we did for the application webconfig file. Additionally, we have to update the version references for system.web.webpages.razor. We have to change it from 2.0 to 3.0. Finally, the last thing that we need to do is we need to actually unload and reload our MVC project. Compile it, run it, and the upgrade is complete. The next form of upgrading is actually to take a 5.0 project and upgrade it to the latest version of 5. The latest version as of this recording is actually 5.2, but there could be a 5.3 or a 5.4. To upgrade from a 5 version to another 5 version is simply upgrading the NuGet packages. In this demonstration, we're going to take a look at how to upgrade an MVC4 application to MVC5. In order to do that, we first need to create an MVC4 application. So we're going to go to File, New, Project, and we're going to come under the Web folder, and you'll notice there's a Visual Studio 2012. We can click on that, and you'll notice there is an ASP.NET MVC4 Web Application project type. So we're going to click on that. As you'll notice down here, we have our default application name, MVC Application 1. We'll leave that set as it is, and then we'll click OK. Now for our project template, we can choose anything from empty to basic to internet, intranet. We're just going to go with a standard simple internet application, and we're going to keep our Razor View engine. However, we do not need a unit test project for this application. So we'll click OK. Now Visual Studio is going to create our MVC4 application. Okay, Visual Studio has completed the creation of our project. The first thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to right-click on the solution and we are going to rebuild the solution. We want to make sure that MVC or that Visual Studio set up our project correctly. So we can see here, rebuild all succeeded. So now we will go ahead and run our application in Internet Explorer to confirm that it's working properly. Excellent. Our web page is loaded. So we'll now close Internet Explorer. We'll go back to our project. And now we're going to begin the process of updating this project to MVC 5. The first thing that we want to do is we want to remove the fixed display NuGet package. This is one of those 3 NuGet packages that we need to remove on a project in order to complete the upgrade process. So I'm going to right-click on MVC application, and I'm going to click Manage NuGet Packages. I'm going to come up here to Search, and I'm going to type in the word Fixed. When I type in the word Fixed, you'll notice that we get this NuGet package right here, Microsoft ASP.NET MVC Fixed Display Modes. I'm going to click Uninstall. It's going to ask me if I want to uninstall the NuGet packages that it depends upon. And no, I do not. I want to keep the MVC web pages and Razor packages. So I'm going to click No. Now we're going to update the MVC NuGet packages that are in our project. The easiest way to do this is actually just to come over to Updates. And this is going to load up all the NuGet packages available for update in our application. And we are going to click Update All. So now all of the NuGet packages in our application are being updated. Okay, now I'm going to accept the license agreement. I accept. And all of the packages are actually being updated. Okay, all of my packages have now been updated. I'm going to close the NuGet package management window. Now we get a warning from Visual Studio. Visual Studio has detected an upgrade of your project to use a newer version of MVC or Web API. Please save and reload the project, or close and reopen the solution to complete the upgrade process. We will do this after we make our configuration changes to our web config files. So we'll click OK. I'll scroll down to our web config for our application. Double-click on it. The first change we're going to make is we're going to change this 2.0 to a 3.0. We are then going to scroll down and make sure that there are no other instances of the MVC DLL that need to be changed from 4.0 to 5.0. So as we look down here, our system.web.mvc is already set to 5.2. And so now we will go to the web config file in our views folder. Now this is specifically for the Razor engine. So we will come into here and we will change this system.web.mvc to 5.0. And we will change the version number for the Razor engine from 2 to 3. And then we'll scan the rest of the file here real quick to make sure there's no additional version number changes. We'll change MVC 4 to 5, 4 to 5, and then 4 to 5. And that should complete our changes. So we will save that. We'll save all of our files. Now we're going to scroll back up to our project and we are going to right click and we are going to unload our project. Then we are going to right click and we will reload our project. And now we will rebuild our solution to confirm that our upgrade was successful. And then we will run Internet Explorer to confirm the web page loads. And our web page has in fact loaded. And to confirm that we are in fact running MVC 5.0, we will open our solution in the File Explorer. We'll go to the bin folder. We will scroll down to system.web.mvc. We want to be careful here. We don't want to click the XML file as I have highlighted. We actually want to click on the DLL file here. So we'll click on that and right-click and click on Properties. And we will go to Details, and we will see that we are using 5.2. So we have successfully upgraded our MVC4 application to MVC5.